Why should one listen to the wisdom of Dattatreya and his 24 gurus? Dattatreya was a liberated being, an Avadhut, untouched by the world, yet fully immersed in its truth. He saw the entire universe as a teacher. Every element, every creature, every situation offered him a lesson. In a time where we search for external gurus, Dattatreya points us inward and outward alike. He is the anchor of true wisdom that lies in observing, reflecting, and surrendering to the truth inherent in life itself. Through his 24 gurus, he showed that even the smallest creature or the silent sky can awaken us, if only we are present and humble. And now, in his own words, Dattatreya names his 24 teachers and the lessons each brought him. Dattatreya then mentioned the names of his 24 gurus and spoke of the wisdom that he had learned from each as follows. The names of my 24 teachers are Earth, Water, Fire, Air, Sky, the Moon, the Sun, a pigeon, a bow, the ocean, a moth, a black bee, an elephant, a deer, a fish, one pingala, a bird, a child, a girl, a snake, an arrow sharpener, a spider, a viringi. From the earth, I learned the lesson of patience, forgiveness, and selfless service. Even though countless beings walk upon it, hurt it, dig it, exploit it, still the earth never stops nourishing them. It gives trees, crops, shade, and shelter to all without any complaint. This taught me to bear with others' faults and keep doing good selflessly. From water, I learned purity and softness. No matter where it flows, it cleanses and refreshes. It taught me that we too should be pure in thought and gentle in our nature, bringing coolness to others' lives. From fire, I learned about contentment and non-accumulation. Whatever is offered to fire, it accepts and consumes fully, leaving no trace behind. In the same way, I learn to accept whatever food I get, eat it with gratitude, and not worry about storing for the future. From the air, I learned non-attachment. It moves through everything: flowers, filth, temples, homes. Yet it remains untouched and unaffected. Likewise, even while moving among people and places, I must remain free from clinging or judgment. From the sky, I learned the nature of the self. The sky holds air, stars, and clouds, yet it never touches any of them. In the same way, the Atma or Self is all pervading but remains untouched by any object or action. The moon always remains whole and perfect, but appears to wax and wane because of the earth's shadow. From this, I learned that the Atma is always complete and unchanging. It is only the external coverings, the upadhis, or conditions or limitations that make it appear otherwise. The sun draws water from even the deepest parts of the earth and later returns it as rain. In the same way, a wise person may enjoy life's pleasures but ultimately must let go of them. Detachment, even in enjoyment, is the way of wisdom. I once saw the pair of pigeons with their young ones. A fowler came and caught the pigeon's brood. The mother pigeon, being deeply attached to her little ones, did not care to leave, and so she fell into the net and was caught. The male pigeon, being attached to both the female and the young ones, also followed her example. They both gave up their lives out of their deep affection for their children. From this, I moralize that it is this very affection which becomes the cause of all bondages. To give up affection is the only way to attain emancipation. The python doesn't chase food. It waits quietly and accepts whatever comes. From it, I learned the art of being content and undemanding, to accept what is given without complaint. That is true peace. Rivers pour into the ocean constantly, but it remains calm and steady within its boundaries. In the same way, the mind of the wise stays unshaken by desires and pleasures. To hold such inner stillness amidst all temptations, that is what I learned from the ocean. I saw how the moth, fascinated by beauty, dives into fire and is burned to death. In the same way, a man who becomes blinded by attraction to a beautiful woman forgets everything and gets consumed in that desire. From this, I learned that one should direct the same intensity of love not towards objects of pleasure but towards the Atma, the Self, unselfishly and fully. The black bee collects nectar from many flowers, not just one. From this, I learned how to gather alms, taking a little from each home without burdening anyone, and satisfying my hunger simply and gratefully. The bees work tirelessly, gathering honey day and night. But all it takes is one hunter, and everything is lost in an instant. So too, people struggle to accumulate wealth, but when death arrives, all must be left behind. From this, I learned that hoarding is pointless. Real wealth lies in renunciation. An elephant, driven by lust, is tricked and trapped by the sight of even a false female figure. Once caught, it is punished and made to serve under her control. Just like this, a man led by sensual desires falls into bondage and suffering. From the elephant, I learned to gird myself from lust, for it brings downfall. The deer is enchanted by sweet music and walks straight into a hunter's trap. In the same way, man get entangled in sensual pleasures, charmed by beauty or sound, and lose their path. From this, I learned that indulgence in sensory pleasures leads to destruction and must be carefully avoided. The fish is lured by bait and gets caught in the net because of its greed for food. From this, I learned that when a person becomes too attached to food and taste, he loses his freedom. Therefore, the greed for food must be avoided. I learned the virtue of the abandonment of hope from a fallen woman, Pingala, who, when tired of looking for customers one night, became hopeless. Being hopeless, she became content with whatever she had, and then fell into a sound and peaceful sleep. From her, I learned that letting go of expectations brings deep contentment. The bird called Kurar. A bird once found a piece of meat and flew up into the sky. Soon, other birds began to chase and attack it. Fearing for its life, the bird dropped the meat. Immediately, all the other birds left it alone and went after the meat. From this, I moralized that a man in the world is subjected to all kinds of evils as long as he has a firm grip of the sensual pleasures. When he gives them up, he becomes as peaceful and happy as that bird. I saw a small child, carefree and joyful, drinking milk, is free from all anxieties, and is always cheerful. From that child, I learned the virtue of cheerfulness and living in the present moment. Once, I saw a young girl preparing grain to feed a beggar. She wore many bangles, and as she worked, they made a loud clinking noise. To silence the sound, she removed them one by one until only one bangle remained, and then the sound stopped. From this, I understood living in crowds brings noise, conflict, and distraction. Solitude brings peace. Also, as long as one believes in dualities, there is restlessness. True peace arises only in one non-duality, oneness of existence. The snake never builds a home of its own. It simply finds shelter in holes made by others. From this, I learned to live without attachment to home or properties, to stay in caves, temples, or wherever shelter is available without claiming anything as mine. I once saw an artisan deeply focused on sharpening an arrow. At that time, a king's grand procession passed right in front of his shop. Soldiers, horses, elephants. But the artisan remained so absorbed in his work, he didn't even notice. When asked about the procession, he honestly said he hadn't seen it. From him, I learned the power of intense mental concentration, to focus the mind so fully, the world disappears. The spider, though a tiny creature, pours out long and delicate threads from its own mouth, weaving them into a cobweb. In the very net of her own making, she ultimately falls and gets entangled. In the same way, man creates a web of his own thoughts, ideas, and imaginations, and in the end, he too becomes entangled in it. Therefore, the wise man should give up all worldly thoughts and save himself from this net of destruction. The last one. The Viringi insect captures another insect, places it in its nest, and keeps buzzing around it. Hearing the sound constantly, the captured insect slowly transforms into the form of the Viringi itself. From this, I understood, by constant meditation on the Atma, I too can transform. And once I become one with the Self, I will leave behind all attachment to the body and mind and move freely into the joy of liberation. From these teachings, even a king was led to the highest spiritual truths so deeply that he ultimately renounced the world in pursuit of liberation. This reveals something very deep insights about Lord Dattatreya. He welcomed wisdom from every direction, from every creature, from nature, from the simplest to the most unexpected sources. He never rejected a lesson because of where it came from. Instead, he accepted what was pure, what was true, and left the rest behind. This openness, this humility, and this inner clarity made Dattatreya a true knower of the self, liberated while still in his physical body. Let this be a lesson for all seekers of wisdom, to be open-hearted and alert, to learn from life itself, and to walk the path with inner detachment and deep awareness. These teachings are not just stories, they are seeds for contemplation. We humbly invite you to reflect on them, meditate on their meanings, and even begin to write down the insights that arise within you. Because in the end, it is only the self that can truly guide us. Our true guru is not just a person, it's the wisdom that guides, the silence that teaches, and the life experiences that awaken us. On this sacred day, we bow to every source of light, our teachers, mentors, parents, and life itself that has shown us the way forward. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Deva Maheshwara, Gurur Shakshat Param Brahma, Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Let us embrace the divine grace of the Guru today and take one more step toward truth, inner clarity, and self realization.